Ladies and gentlemen, friends, dreamers, young people, old people, and those who are not sure whether they are young or old, good evening. Success has no age. It is not written on your passport, your ID card, or the wrinkles on your face. Success does not care if you're 18 or 80. Success only cares about how hungry you are today, how willing you are to learn today, and how much effort you put into becoming better than you were yesterday. Every single day, life gives us a chance to grow, to improve, to reinvent ourselves.
Time is the one asset even billionaires can't buy back. And that simple truth shapes how they live each day. They know that extraordinary results come less from luck or endless hustle than from deliberately designed routines that make every minute compound like capital. The ultra-wealthy work smarter, not just harder, structuring their schedules around high-leverage activities and the 80-20 principle, where a focused 20% of effort delivers 80% of impact. They start early, claiming quiet morning hours for deep work and reflection before the world stirs. They read and learn obsessively, compounding knowledge the way they compound money. They treat health and fitness as non-negotiable, seeing a strong body as the engine of a sharp mind. They guard their calendars with strategic no's, focusing only on essential decisions. They block and batch their time, shrinking distractions like social media to minutes a week. They delegate and simplify, freeing themselves to work only where their unique genius matters. They pause each day for reflection and mindfulness, turning experience into insight. And they build networks and mentorships, knowing that the right relationships multiply opportunity. Together, these habits form more than a checklist. They are a philosophy that treats time as sacred capital. Adopt even one or two, and you begin to think and act like those who measure wealth not just in dollars, but in well-spent hours, proving that the billionaire's edge is ultimately a way of living every day with precision and purpose.
Like day in the life of Tim Cook, from the moment you wake up to the very end of the day.
I get up really early.
How
I'm an
early?
early bird, like at 4 to 5.
Wow.
And I spend my first hour doing email. And I'm pretty religious about doing this. I read emails from a lot of customers and employees.
Billionaires consistently claim the quiet hours of the morning as their most productive time, long before the rest of the world wakes up. Tim Cook reportedly begins his day at 3:45 a.m. to review emails in solitude, and Richard Branson is known to rise by 5:45 a.m. to exercise and plan. The rationale is simple but profound. Early mornings are free from distraction, allowing for deep work, strategic thinking, and mental clarity. Elon Musk takes this to an extreme with his renowned 5-minute time-blocking system, which slices his morning into intense, micro-focused bursts of action. This practice echoes the Stoic call to seize the day, a reminder from ancient philosophy that the early hours, when the mind is clearest, set the trajectory for everything that follows. While most people associate wealth with assets and investments, billionaires repeatedly credit books as their greatest source of leverage. Warren Buffett spends up to 80% of his working hours reading, and Bill Gates devours around 50 books each year. Elon Musk once said he read about 10 hours a day when I was in grade school, using books to teach himself rocket science and programming. Research supports this pattern. Millionaires read on average 5.5 hours a week, compared with just 2 hours for the general population. As Harry Truman famously noted, "Not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers." For billionaires, reading is a compounding investment. Each page adds to a mental fund that grows exponentially over time. Great fortunes mean little without the energy to enjoy or expand them. That is why 76% of wealthy individuals exercise aerobically at least 30 minutes daily. Physical fitness isn't vanity, it's strategy. Plato cautioned that lack of activity destroys the good condition of every human being. And modern billionaires embrace this wisdom. Oprah Winfrey dedicates an hour a day to exercise for mental clarity and stress relief. Dwayne Johnson famously schedules pre-dawn cardio sessions even on filming days, calling it his anchor against chaos. For high achievers, fitness is not an optional luxury, but a foundation for sharper thinking, better decision-making, and sustainable energy. Ultra-successful people guard their time with surgical precision. Warren Buffett captures the essence. The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. By refusing distractions, they protect space for high-value work. Jeff Bezos adds another layer with his 70% rule. If you wait for 90% of the data before deciding, you're already too slow. This combination of saying no to low-priority demands and acting decisively with limited information reflects the Stoic ideal of focusing on what truly matters. As Marcus Aurelius counseled, do less, but do it better. Billionaires are relentless about organizing every minute of their day. Bill Gates and Elon Musk famously divide schedules into 5 or 15-minute increments, creating a lattice of focused activity. Research shows millionaires spend barely 2.5 hours per week on social media, compared with the average person's 14 hours, a striking measure of reclaimed time. Even reflective pauses are intentional. LinkedIn's Jeff Weiner schedules do-nothing blocks for big-picture thinking. Time blocking turns hours into assets, ensuring that deep work and critical thinking are never left to chance. For billionaires, time is the rarest currency, and they guard it by delegating aggressively. They focus only on decisions and tasks they alone can perform, transferring everything else to trusted teams. This isn't laziness, it's leverage. Every delegated task frees mental bandwidth and magnifies their impact. Whether running global enterprises or creative projects, they simplify systems so that routine operations proceed without their constant involvement, allowing them to focus on innovation and strategy. Even amid packed schedules, high performers set aside moments to reflect, recalibrate, and learn. The Stoic philosopher Seneca urged nightly self-examination. How am I better today? What did I do with my time? Modern billionaires mirror this wisdom through journaling, meditation, or evening reviews. These contemplative routines transform each day's experience into lessons for the next. By slowing down to assess their actions, they gain clarity, correct course quickly, and keep long-term goals in sharp focus. Finally, billionaires build communities as diligently as they build companies. They cultivate circles of trusted peers, mentors, and collaborators who provide advice, share opportunities, and hold them accountable. Networking is not shallow socializing. It's a deliberate practice of surrounding oneself with people who elevate standards and expand perspective. This habit turns relationships into a renewable source of knowledge, resilience, and deal flow, proving that wealth grows fastest in a rich ecosystem of human connections. Together, these 8 daily habits form a system that maximizes every minute: waking early, reading deeply, protecting health, saying no, scheduling precisely, delegating wisely, reflecting daily, and nurturing strong networks. Each habit multiplies the others. For billionaires, time is capital, and these practices ensure it compounds into both wealth and a life well lived. Billionaires know that the rarest, most irreplaceable asset isn't money, it's minutes. Every day gives only 24 of them in golden hours, and no fortune can buy a single extra one. The 8 habits we've explored are far more than productivity tricks. They form a whole philosophy of life that treats time as sacred capital. Each routine, rising early to capture quiet focus, carving out space for reading and continuous learning, saying no to distractions, exercising to keep body and mind sharp, and reflecting to turn experience into wisdom, works together like an invisible wealth engine. Instead of letting time slip through the cracks, these habits make every minute compound into something bigger and more lasting. This is the deeper meaning of wealth. The ultra-successful point to again and again. When you deliberately design your days, money, opportunities, and influence tend to follow as natural side effects. More importantly, so do fulfillment, clarity, and the freedom to choose how you live. Warren Buffett often says he can buy anything except more time. His point is that real prosperity is measured not only in dollars, but in hours well spent. The invitation is simple but powerful. Start small. Pick 1 or 2 habits today. Wake up a bit earlier. Read before bed. Or schedule your next 24 hours with care. Each deliberate step is a seed, and over weeks and years, those seeds grow into a life where your minutes work as hard and as wisely as you do. In the end, the true billionaire move isn't earning more money. It's mastering the art of spending time so that every moment yields lasting returns.